Go ahead. Okay, first the batting goes on. Okay, we are going to record us, the two of us, doing a sandwiching job, and we're going to try to do it quickly and efficiently so those of you watching can see how to do a sandwich job without taking an hour or two or three. Notice we have books that we use to hold the corners down. You pull it down, Becky. Pull it down so we can see the edge. Go ahead and pull it farther over. Okay, next we're going to put our batting on. And we have our items already out. They're not necessarily laid out, but they're out. We're not having to go run find them. This is batting and it's polyester. So we're just doing our basic sandwiching here. And when you sandwich, you want to give a little bit extra, right? So
yes,
a little bit extra on all sides because sometimes it's better to have too much than too little. And we have plenty. This is a huge piece of batting. You can see that. So we're just putting it on and putting our books down to hold it in place. Okay, we've got, this is a, I don't even know what size quilt this is. Do you remember? It's like a small twin. So yeah, it's like a twin size. You'll see it here. I'm not sure how wide the camera is. Okay, now, okay, we line up one side, which is over here, and will give us 2 or 3 inches on either side. Put the book on it, and I've got about this far off the edge. I need to pull a little bit more over. I just don't want to come too close. And put our books on to hold it in place. And then we pin right down the middle a little bit, but you can see how advantageous it is to have waist height or table height to do this, because it's really hard to do it when you're on the floor. So we're doing it table height. Then what we'll do is pull the books back and we'll lift up the batting. We're going to spray. I like a combination of spray glue and pins, okay, because the spray glue for me, especially with poly batting, doesn't hold enough, and pins is too much work without the glue, and I find that everything moves a little bit with pins only, because I've done it before with pins, and I really like the amount of glue. I try to get at least 3 quilts out of each can of glue, because it is kind of pricey. We saw it at Walmart for about $8 or $9 for a can. So we're not sure. This is a can we got in Poland. We're not sure about the Walmart brand as to how much it does. So we're making sure we pull it, the bottom underneath, and we gotta put that in. Now we get to. Okay. Have we sprayed down here?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now we flatten it out and we'll pin it all over, about every 8 to 10 inches, I think. I don't know. I pin until Becky tells me I've done enough. Yeah, I probably don't even do 8 to 10 inches, not with the glue. I just do every maybe 12 inches. But I guess it depends on my mood and the size of the pins and how many pins we have. One time we had like 30 pins for the whole quilt. We had to make do. But we have lots of pins today, so we're in good shape. Okay, so now we're going to pull it down and finish going all the way to the end that we have. Where's our books? No, we don't need books. Okay. Now we're spraying the bottom. We're finishing up the end. And okay. Okay. The pins back. You can see I put them in a nice wide, big container so they're easy to grab. You definitely don't want to make it hard for you. Some people leave their pens open, but when I did that before, I was jabbing myself, so I kind of like having them closed. But we've used them open or closed. We've done them both ways. Okay.
Can you pull a little bit farther?
Okay. Farther. Okay, now we've got our quilt all.
No, I want it a little bit farther because I want it to be all on this one side.
Okay.
Right here. Now we need to trim along here.
Scissors.
Here's a pair.
Okay. Now I'm cutting off, leaving between. The idea, I'm trying to leave 4 to 6 inches around the outside. I don't want to cut it too close because we have to have plenty of extra. We need to do this one?
Yeah. We'll finish that in a minute. Let's get the pins so I don't accidentally knock them off.
And we just started doing it this way so we don't have spray glue all over the entire room. Before, Becky was doing it when I was in Poland. We didn't do the bottom part.
No.
We were spray gluing way out in the open, and we got glue everywhere, all over the whole room. And it's a little bit messy. Okay, so now we just have to pin after we flatten. Basically, you're hand pressing it, smoothing it out, getting it, making sure that the bottom and the top are relatively smooth. When you quilt it, after you wash it, it all bumps up.
Washing hides a multitude of sins and mistakes.
Now, those of you who are watching this and you are so concerned because every single little point doesn't match, guess what? After you've got it quilted, nobody even notices. They don't really notice whether every single little point matches. Of course, Becky's seams do match, but if you're beginning and you just don't worry about it. Just get it done, get it washed, and you will even impress yourself. So we're almost done sandwiching this one. We just wanted you to see that it wasn't hard and it doesn't take hours and hours to sandwich quilts, despite what some of you have heard and you've read. People said it takes several hours. We got to cut that in.
I know. Let's finish this one first.
Oh, we haven't done this one.
It's very painful if you try to use the floor. I've done that in the past too, especially for people that are over, say, 40. And it's hard to get down there in your knees, especially if you're working on a tile basement or something like that. And so I did it before on a tile basement floor, and it hurt. And it wasn't that I couldn't get up or anything. It was just working on the floor. It's hurting on your back and the knees, and
it's hard to have access
reach
to all your equipment too if you have to
keep up and down, up and down.
So having a table is great. And some people say they go to churches and they'll use their tables. And most churches, if you attend church, probably do have a fellowship hall with tables that are right height.
Sure.
Okay, we're almost done now. We're going to trim the end. Okay, now all we have to do is we're going to fold it over and we're going to check, make sure we don't have any really obvious problems.
Like here.
We'll be able to finger press out or get it and catch it now before we start to quilt it. And in case you're looking at this and you love this fabric, we do have this fabric available at quiltedtwins.com, and it's called Color Wave, and it's green. It's pretty. Okay, so okay, and we're done. So you have watched us sandwich a quilt. Thank you from quiltedtwins.com.